Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. I appreciate you. I thank you for subscribing to my channel. In my previous video I spoke on jealousy, and today I will do a video on the topic anger. I just want to start off by defining what anger is. Anger is a strong feeling of displeasure or antagonism. Getting angry is very easy nowadays, and it seems there's more anger in the world today. Anger is an emotion that has been present since the beginning of humanity and often leads to hating and violence. The question now is getting angry a sin or not? To help us answer this question, let's open to the book of James chapter 1 verse 20. James chapter 1 verse 20. It says, "For the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of God. For the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of God." Let's also open to the book of Matthew chapter 21 verse 12 to 13. Matthew chapter 21 verse 12 to 13. It says, "And Jesus went into the temple of God, and cast out all them that sold and bought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of the money changers, and the seats of them that sold doves, and said unto them, It is written, My house shall be called the house of prayer, but ye have made it a den of thieves." Matthew chapter 21 verse 12 to 13 says, "And Jesus went into the temple of God, and cast out all them that sold and bought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of the money changers, and the seats of them that sold doves, and said unto them, It is written, My house shall be called the house of prayer, but ye have made it a den of thieves." If we look in the Bible, we find many references to anger, which I will include in the description bar down below. It is not a sin to be angry, but it is a sin to stay angry. We can be angry for the right reason, but not sin. But the key is not to let the sun go down on your anger. If our anger leads us to sin, then it is not a righteous anger. In Matthew chapter 21 verse 12 to 13, Jesus called these men thieves because they used the house of God to do all sorts. Buying and sell. That is not a marketplace, but a place for prayer. This behavior was terrible. Jesus was very angry about it. Here we learn about the character of Jesus, that he hated sin. Secondly, if we look at the story of Cain and Abel, we see that Cain's anger was a manifestation of resentment towards God. Cain was jealous towards his brother Abel because of the favor Abel had found with God. He did what was right in the sight of God by giving his best, and God was happy with Abel. That brings me to the next point. A person that easily gets angry is a fool, according to the book of Proverbs 29 verse 11, Proverbs 12 verse 16, Ecclesiastes 7 verse 9. We must recognize that man's anger is not going to accomplish the righteousness of God, and if the anger doesn't cease, we give opportunity to the devil to get a foothold in your life. My dear brothers and sisters, if you're battling with anger, it must be acknowledged and confessed. If maybe someone has offended you, the Lord calls us to be merciful and overlook the sins of others. Do not take revenge. The key point is anger must be overcome by the power of God's word and spirit. Forgive whosoever, whatsoever you are angry at. It is hard to do, but turning to God can make you a more peaceful person. And finally, our prayer should God changes our heart as we allow you to mold us into the vessel fit to carry your gospel to the world. If there's anything you want to ask me, just let me know by commenting down below, and I'll get back to you. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you liked it. Like the video. Please share with your friends, and I'll speak to you in my next video. Bye.
Smile today, smile, smile.